Hi guys, today I've got a really great car. Oh, I should start with something because somebody mentioned it the other day. Hi everyone, because I'm not, apparently I'm not enough inclusive. So hello everybody. The car of the day, it's a car I wanted to do for a long time, and I bothered the driver of this car, and I was a bit insistent because I see him quite often. And why? Because first it's a great example of that specific car. This one is in pristine condition, and for another reason, it's an iconic car in Australia. Even the basic model, so this one is the top of the range, but even the basic model, it's a very popular car here. But this one, it's a special one. It's the one with the General Motor powertrain. I don't know if you're aware about all the brain system here. This car, it's an Holden. Holden has been sort of absorbed per General Motors. So General Motors make Chevrolet in the US. For you in England, it's Vauxhall. For the rest of Europe, it's Opel. This one had the specific powerful engine on it, and we will talk about this car with Steve today. How you doing, Steve?
Hi, how you going, David?
Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time to talk about your car. As I said many times, I'm very impressed with this car, and your model, your car is in amazing condition. And I've seen when you got it, the car was already very nice, and you took care of it all the time long. So it's still in the same condition than you had it. I don't know how many.
5 years.
5 years now. All right. So let's talk about the car. How do you first find the car? Because it's quite, even in Australia, it's not so easy to find this specific model in great shape. So how did you get that?
Just on the internet, just looked on car sales and I came across it, and it was advertised at a car yard in Sydney. But you can see we live in Geelong, so I just emailed them and just paid sight unseen, pay for it, and I flew up the next weekend and picked it up.
All right, so let's keep going with the car. So you said it was pretty easy to organize, but I want to mention for the French audience, for instance, when Steve said that he fly away to Sydney. So we are in Melbourne. Have a look to the map. It's like going from Paris to Marseille to pick up the car. That's not that easy. It's easy in Australia because this is a country organized to do that. It's pretty quick to get in a plane and travel, but that's not the kind of things we do very often in Europe to travel that far away. Also, there is another reason, because you have to really trust the seller and everything. So it's not the kind of things you can do with everyone. So, all right. And so you pick up the car, the guy was waiting for you, everything was well organized?
Well organized. All I have to do is just sign the paperwork, hand in the check, and off I go.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. So I like also even the concept to go, I like this car, I'm going to pick it up. Yeah. Well done. Okay, so when you got the car, so you had the service book and everything was
all sorted.
All sorted.
Had a service, yeah.
And what about the registration? It was complicated, or?
It was a little bit complicated because it was registered in another state, in New South Wales.
Yep.
Then I had to register it in Victoria, and that process is a little bit difficult but good, but a bit more expensive. We have to get another roadworthy certificate.
Yep.
Then we have to register it with the Vic Roads, and there's more of a tax we have to pay on top of that to get it registered in Victoria.
Yeah. It's a bit similar, I would say, in France, because it's like in France, pick up a car in Belgium or in Spain, you will have to pay a tax to income the car in the country. All right. And but a part of the extra cost, it was quick to set up that?
It was very quick, yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. And so why this one? Why this car? A long time before that, you were looking for that specific model, or?
No. Ever since probably in the 90s, I just fell in love in Calais. The first one was a VL Commodore Calais.
Okay.
But it is been out of reach for me, as in price wise, since when they first released to now. It's more very rare to get a V8 Calais now, specifically in the 6-cylinder turbo model.
Yep.
Then I started looking at VEs, but while I was looking, I came across this one. So well, might as well get the next model up, and here we are.
All right. Also, yeah, I was pretty pleased to see all the list of option, or not option, but feature in the car. To be honest, I didn't know you had so many of that, because I've seen some of the other Commodore, lower range model, and they don't have so many things. So it's something also important. It's in every brand, it's pretty much the same. When you get the top of the range, and specifically in this sort of range, you've got the powertrain, but not only the powertrain. You've got all the feature will make it a higher strength car in the term of comfort, in the term of so talk about this. Tell us what you've got compared to or in your mind compared to the normal
probably into or has a head-up display, goes on the windscreen. Yep.
Good example.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got heated seats.
Yep.
What else can I think of?
Well, you've got you've got the key remote system is probably more advanced.
Yeah, probably key remote. It's got keyless start, so just hold this lock button and you hold this button here for 3 seconds.
Yeah, this is not the thing you see on every car, so yeah. Definitely.
It's pretty handy on cold mornings.
Yeah.
So it goes on the setting you last have it on, so the setting will still continue. So on a cold day, you had it up on 30 degrees, it'll continue on 30 degrees. Or if you had a hot day and you had the air conditioner on, starter will be off with the last setting.
Of course, yeah, super comfort. So that's something also will count for me. Having a big powertrain alone, it's not enough for me, because I think it's so costly to have a car like that, and you want all the bells and whistles with that, because it's more enjoyable. You use your car even with more pleasure than having the bottom range. This is part of the problem. Now they do it this way in Europe, but a long time ago I remember they had a sporty car or powerful car. Yes. But that was the only thing you had. Yep. And when you look at on the long range, you can't imagine yourself having the car for so long with nothing in there, because this car was so advanced with so many features. Then 10 years later, you're still in the game. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like an old car. This feature you just showed us, many cars don't have it even today. So this also, you keep up for a long time. And I think I like that concept as well. All right, so this is the inside of the car. Start push button, obviously. It's quite nicely done inside, as I discussed with Steve. It's not like just a sporty car. It's a comfort as well. Very comfortable car. Will give you a good feeling when you get in. And you've got the powertrain. I would give the definition this way. It's a comfort, pristine car, which a powertrain. It's not based all around the powertrain itself. And at the end of the day, as enthusiast you could be, you're not going to go crazy on the road for most of the time. You, like everyone, have to follow the restriction, the speed limit and everything. So having a nice car, comfortable, enjoyable, it's even more important, I reckon. So this is inside of the car. So you could see leather seat, nice stitching all around it. It's a nice interior, actually. It's a very it's settled. It's not like too sporty or anything. It just gives you a and this is how do you call this in English? Suede. So I think it's Alcantara, we said in French.
Oh, you could say that too. Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good on the door panel as well. All the inside, laser stitching, good sound system, which is pretty good as well. that you have. Um, I will move my microphone close to the exhaust because the engine is on. Again, it's not the car you want to wake up all your neighborhood with the V8 engine. This one is nice and subtle. When you don't need the power and you go gentle, you leave the house, then you can do it smooth and easy. So I will just put my microphone a little close, and if you ride a little bit, just a couple of seconds. All right. Still pretty good. So quad exhaust, you've noticed. So if you look at I think the SV6 model, it's a double exhaust. It's not a quad exhaust at the back. And yeah, the sound is pretty good actually. It's nice and discreet if you don't push the accelerator, but if you do, it gives a nice sound. All right. So also the advantage of this shape, it's a really family car as well, because you've got real seat, you've got real back door. It's not like having a sport car with two doors and struggling to put your kids in there. In this one, you've got plenty of space. Steve is, I reckon he's 6'2", 6'1",
6 foot.
6 foot. So you could see where he's sitting here, and behind his seat, he would fit very well without touching the front seat at all. So yeah, it's a spacious car with a lot of space at the back. It's not a great example with me. I'm pretty small, so I'm not even show you that. I would look like a kid on the back seat. But no, it's nice and comfortable as well. And it's a real three-seater at the back. All right, so heated seat, laser powered, and yeah. All right, so let's have a look to the powertrain. So it's pretty full here, obviously, but not crazy. As you know, it's a big car, so there is enough space for a big powertrain anyway. So V8, 6-liter, naturally aspirated. I think it makes 260 kilowatts, I think, something like that.
Oh,
I've noticed this. I had a look. It will be on the screen now. I think it's 260 kilowatt, which make 350 horsepower. So healthy figure for the car, for the size of the car. And it's a 6 gears automatic gearbox. Yeah. So which give plenty. I think definitely you've got powers at any moment, all the time. So it's pretty cool. Any specific engine issue you're aware of, or?
No, but what I like about it, but some people don't. I don't know why. This particular one's got active fuel management. So usually I like it when I go on long trips with the family. Down the highway, it just goes into a full cylinder mode, which is a good saving on fuel.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I remember they talk about that. So, and yeah, if you're not on demand of power, you can smoothly stay on that and saving on fuel. Yeah, okay, good point. Yeah, well, because the people said they don't like it. It's because they have no control of that, or what?
They probably got no control. And I heard, I don't know, I'm not a mechanic. Makes something on the top have a shorter life.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, and we need to look it up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So as Steve said, these wheels are in fact from the second series of this model. They were two different series. This one, it's the 6 liters V8, and they did a 6.2 liters after that, the second series of this model. And this is the wheels who normally fit the second series. And maybe it's not, I'm not sure if the light is all right on the recording, but they are pretty nice, and they're going very well. And I believe this is the best color for your car, to be honest. I've seen different color of the Commodore, even the basic.
Yeah, that's the color. That's what attracted me to buying it.
Oh,
Yeah.
boom. And look at the light here. I don't know if you see that. It's a bit hard to explain a color because you see this with your eyes, the camera see with a sensor, it's a different things. But the light on the car, the sun on it make a really big difference, and you could see probably 3 or 4 different colors on one side of the panel, which is great. For the people who probably have seen my motorbike in the past, it's not far away in terms of colors. It's a bit this sort of deep metallic paint. Yeah, very nice. So as Steve said, you said about the difference about the second series they've done.
Yeah, the Sika series, the motor's different. So the motor is a 6.2, and it doesn't have active fuel management. Reason I believe when they put the second series out, Holden was closing down. They're closing the factory down, so the engineers didn't have time
to finalize,
finalize all of that. They just want to push it out and make it a last hurrah of it.
Okay. Yes, as you may be not aware, or you are, I don't know, if you're in Europe, as I said, if you're in Europe, Holden, the brain doesn't exist anymore. This was an Australian brain. This car was built in Australia, and even if the powertrain came from GM, all the rest of the car was purely Australian developed and everything. All right, so yeah, as we discussed, unfortunately, this brain doesn't exist anymore, or the badge maybe still exists on with the GM. I don't know if they're still selling cars with the Holden logo or something. Not even anymore. Yeah, it's probably Chevy now.
It's Chevy, yeah, but not this model.
Yeah, no, yeah. And I think if you're in US, you've probably seen this model because it's been sold in US.
It is sold in US as a SS Chevy.
Yeah, SS Chevy. Yeah, which by the way surprised me. This is something I want to mention because we have a very different period of life in Europe and here. So as I talked to Steve, he just confirmed to me he never had any issue on the car except a radiator small issue, but big powertrain car design in Australia for Australia, no problem whatsoever. This is the best thing to do.